Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tammy, so welcome. And I am so excited about this crystal. For those of you who do watch me regularly, you know I get excited about every crystal, and I say that every time. The Black Tourmaline is one of my favorites. I use it daily. Um, so I am excited to share this episode of our crystal educational series with you. If you don't have Black Tourmaline, oh my gosh, it is a must have. You can check out my website, yournaturalhealer.com, and I do have Black Tourmaline available. Single pieces, I have it part of the crystal toolbox, which are the 8 basic crystals I think anybody should use. And if you never buy any other crystals again, there you go. As well as in my protection kit. So you can check those out again at yournaturalhealer.com, and there's all other kinds of crystals and things as well too. Since I've already kind of got into the housekeeping, I got to say it that YouTube algorithm, guys, is real. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, you would do me a great favor. Smash that subscribe button. Go ahead, turn the notifications off because that will not offend me. I get it. You don't want your phone blowing up all the time. I do the same thing with the YouTubers that I watch um, or that I subscribe to. I just turn off the notifications. Otherwise, my phone would be blowing up constantly. And again, guys, as I said, that YouTube algorithm is real. And I'm saying this on behalf of anybody that you watch. Smash that subscribe button. This is more work than I ever would have imagined. All right. So that's not why you're here. You are here to hear about Black Tourmaline. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So let's learn some fun facts about Black Tourmaline. First of all, sometimes it is called scroll. You don't hear that too often. You'll hear that more in the geological community, but I like to make you aware of all the little facts about it. It is one variety of tourmaline. There are so many types: watermelon tourmaline, uh, pink tourmaline, just lots of different types. Now, tourmaline dates all the way back to the times of Alexander the Great. So it has been around and utilized throughout history for a very, very long time. One of the cool things that you can do with a piece of black tourmaline is put your fingers on each end and rub your fingers against those ends, and then stop, and the black tourmaline will then draw in and attract all the particles that are in the air around you. So very, very cool. It is one of the most utilized crystals in spiritual practice, and I definitely agree with that. That is why I do include it in the crystal toolbox. It is a wonderful, wonderful stone for protection. And we're going to go over all the emotional, physical, and spiritual benefits and healing properties of black tourmaline. But myself, I probably have at least 40 pieces of black tourmaline. So I concur. It is utilized very, very much by most people that do any type of crystal healing. Even if you're not someone who is as addicted to crystals as I am, as that's why I said I put it in the crystal toolbox because of the healing properties and the benefits that it does provide to us. It's a gentler energy, so it's easier to carry or wear for extended periods of times. So other crystals like maybe onyx, if you were using that for protection, or jet may be a little more overwhelming to some people. So black tourmaline can be utilized for longer periods of time because it is gentler. Now, don't let that fool you. Just because it's a gentler energy does not mean in any way, shape, or form that it lessens its healing properties. Mm-mm. Black tourmaline is a amazing crystal and a must-have for everybody that practices spirituality. So as far as chakra association goes, it's the root chakra. It is because of the fact that black tourmaline is such a grounding stone and a protective stone. That is why it is associated with the root chakra. If you are into numerology, it does vibrate or is associated with the numbers 2, 3, and 4. And I'm not going to get into that in this video because that's a little more out of context and would make this a lot longer than I intended to be. But if you are into numerology, you will understand that. All right, let's move forward. All right, let's go ahead and talk now a little bit about planet, zodiac, and element association. So, because of the fact that it is associated with the root chakra, the planet it is associated with is Earth. And as you can see, it is also associated with the element of Earth. Now, I always like to just touch on elemental energy a little bit. If you think about elemental energy, Earth is a symbol of abundance. It's about stability and solidarity, good, solid foundations. So it does work with that energy. And it is also associated with the zodiac of Capricorn. And some qualities of Capricorn, if you're not big into astrology, and I'm not going to get way deep into this because astrology, oh my gosh, just talking about Capricorn could probably be a whole course within itself. But Capricornians are very ambitious, they're good leaders, and they're a bit conservative in nature. Okay, so let's dig into the fun stuff. Let's talk about how black tourmaline can help us with emotional healing. First of all, it disperses tension and stress. So, especially like if you're in a work environment or, even at home and you feel stressful or any kind of tension arises, having black tourmaline in your space will help alleviate that. You don't necessarily need to have a piece on your person. For example, in your car, you could just have a little piece on that little um, where most people put junk, but like where you put your cell phone and things, you could put a little piece of black tourmaline in there and that will help you if you are in traffic or if you find that maybe you get road rage or things of that nature. It will help you with those types of stressful situations. It also encourages us to have a positive attitude. And the reason why, as I said, it does dispel negative energy from our auric field. So it pushes away that negativity and pulls in that positivity so that we emotionally can be more positive in our life. It helps us stay heart centered. So it allows us to really make sure that we are doing everything for not only our highest good, but we're doing it from the heart space. Black tourmaline is so helpful in aiding us from disengaging in obsessive thoughts. So if you find yourself, again, maybe you're a little bit OCD, or maybe you're stalking somebody on Facebook, grab some black tourmaline and that'll help you out with that. It also assists us in relieving chronic worries. You know, if you watch my tarot readings, I'm always talking about, letting go of things you can't control and not worrying about things that, as I said, you can't control. And black tourmaline can definitely help you with that. And then finally, because it does work in conjunction with the root chakra, gives us a sense of safety and security. So we feel really safe in our environment and just in life in general. All right, this is one of my favorite attributes of black tourmaline is its spiritual healing properties. And as I mentioned a little while ago, how it allows us to be more positive in our life, it's because it is a negativity deterrent. Black tourmaline will create like a cloak. Think of Harry Potter and the invisible cloak. It will create a cloak around your auric field so that negativity cannot come in. It will hit that cloak and bounce right off of it. People that have drama, again, gets rid of that drama. So if you find someone that is constantly complaining or um, just always is negative, having black tourmaline will work. And it also, if you have any negativity within your aura, and our auric fields surround our body 3.5 feet outside of our physical body. Okay. So black tourmaline in that 3.5 feet, not only does it put a cloak around it, but if you have any negative energy within your auric field, it will clean it and turn it into positive energy. So as you see in the next bullet, it says cleanses and protects the auric field. So I'll give you a real life example. Coworker that is always, and I'm not saying if it's a current or previous, but a coworker that is always negative. You ask them, "Hey, how are you today?" And everything is awful. They never have a positive thing to say. The world is conspiring against them. Everything in their life is wrong. And this person was really affecting my energy. And it got to the point where I was actually picking up physical ailments of the person. Well, this coworker isn't always in or wasn't always in the building, so I would usually know when they were going to be there that day. So I mean, I have a big piece of black tourmaline on my desk, but I always made sure I was carrying extra tourmaline, whether I had a piece in my pocket, um, jewelry. So, and it worked because picking up the physical symptoms, that was not fun. So black tourmaline, especially if you're any type of an empath, you I can't recommend it enough. So as I also said, it transmutes negative energy around you and purifies it. So it takes that black energy or negative energy, think of like a washing machine. You put your clothes in and it agitates it and cleans it. When the clothes are done, they're clean. Well, that's what Black tourmaline is like a spiritual washing machine. It will take that negative energy, do what it's got to do, wham, bam, and voila, you have positive energy. As I already said, it repels drama. And it doesn't mean that you still won't hear it. What it means by repelling drama is that the energy from that drama you do not pick up in your energy field. So you can have someone who's gone off on their daily drama and they're telling you all about it. And sure, you can be really concerned. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But it's not going to lower your vibration. It is going to repel that dramatic energy and no drama llamas in your life. Well, shouldn't say that. You're not going to pick up the drama llama's energy. Another fantastic healing property spiritually is it balances the left and the right sides of our brain. Now, I'm not going to get too much into detail about this. But masculine energy is one side, feminine energy is one side. One side's more intuition, the other side's more thought and idea, but that's outside the context of this discussion. But I just wanted to let you know it does balance the sides of the brains. And then finally, it grounds us. It gets us back into the present moment to experience the here and now, and we all need to be grounded. So, I mean, I could just go on and on and on about the spiritual healing properties of black tourmaline. And I know I say this about all crystals, but gosh, I love black tourmaline. Now, even though there's not a lot of bullets on here, and black tourmaline isn't like the most or the greatest physical healer crystal out there, but it really does have some wonderful healing properties. First of all, it blocks EMF, electromagnetic field. If you're not familiar with that, our bodies are constantly being flooded with all kinds of microwaves, gamma rays, all these radio waves constantly from our cell phones and cell phone towers and computers. And, electronics are huge emitters of EMF. If you're not somebody that can get an authentic Himalayan salt lamp, sorry, I can't speak. If you can't afford to get one of those, black tourmaline will help block EMF. So get a nice chunk of it, place it in your living room, place it in your workspace, wherever you're using a lot of electronics. Now, the reason why, really quickly, a side note here, and I'm going to try not to digress too much, but about Himalayan salt lamps, you need to be careful about or from whom you purchase them from. Some of these big box stores that sell really cheap lamps, they're not true Himalayan salt. Couple things with Himalayan salt lamps. And actually, you know what? I'm going to pin this and I'm going to do a Tuesday's Enlightenment on salt lamps. So thank you guys. You helped me with that. If you're watching this after I've already put that video out, well, this came first. But anyway, black tourmaline works outstanding for blocking EMF. It also detoxifies impurities in our bodies. So again, it pulls out those toxins and helps our body eliminate that crap from us. Super physically, I mean, the others are physical as well. It's a talisman for the lower back, the legs, and the feet. Now, there are other crystals that you can use for, lower back pain and leg pain. But when I was talking to you about the coworker where I was picking up their physical symptoms, so when I knew they would come in, um, I had black tourmaline in my pocket. I had two pieces of black tourmaline necklaces on, piece of black tourmaline on my desk, and then I have another big piece it's a big heart. It's probably 4 or 5 inches. Well, I was picking up their knee pain. So I would take the black tourmaline and I'd put it under my pant leg and try to get my pant leg nice and tight so the tourmaline would stay on my knee. And it stopped the physical pain that I was receiving. And it was crazy because the person would come in and I would pick up on the knee pain and then I would have pain like the rest of the day. But as soon as I went home, it was gone. As soon as I got in my car, it was gone. Over the weekend, I didn't have it. It was only when I was at work and it was during the time that person was there and usually for a couple hours afterwards. That is how negative this person, their energy is. I'm not saying they're a bad person. They're a great person actually. It's just they're an energy vampire. All right. So anyway, try it. If you have a piece of black tourmaline and you're experiencing any kind of pain in your lower back, your legs, or your feet, try it. Put it on the area. Make sure you set the intention first and then utilize it. One thing I do need to tell you, however, with black tourmaline, and I forgot to tell you this earlier, is cleaning. Black tourmaline absorbs negative energy like it's nobody's business. You don't even have to program it to pick up negative energy. It just does it. It loves it and it does, but when it absorbs negative energy, it can't get rid of it. Okay? Black tourmaline needs to be cleaned constantly. Obviously, the best way of cleaning is the full moon. If you cannot do that, if you're a Reiki practitioner, you can do Reiki on it. If you are not a Reiki practitioner and you know one, have them do it. If not, you can also use crystal singing bowls. If you don't have those, you can always use sage. Um, and you can smudge it. And that's what I do every Sunday. I always do my black tourmaline. Even if you haven't used it, um like I said, I have so many pieces. I always make sure that like I have pieces that I smudge and then I have other pieces that I'll just do Reiki because I'm not utilizing them all the time. For example, another thing is my home is gridded with it. So the four corners of my house have a piece of black tourmaline in each corner. Well, I'm not going around because like the way my furniture and stuff is, I can't necessarily always reach two of the pieces. So what I do is I send Reiki to those pieces every week to clean them. So my point is you got to clean them, clean them, clean them, clean them constantly. If you're around an energy vampire, like the example I gave you, don't wait for a week. You need to clean it immediately. All right. If you're in a very toxic situation, those need to be cleaned immediately. All right. So I hope that you learned a lot from this. And again, black tourmaline, it's just fantastic. Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me in this episode of the Crystal Educational Series. If you're interested in purchasing black tourmaline, check out the Your Natural Healer store. You can go to yournaturalhealer.com/products and you'll find not only black tourmaline but all kinds of other things. At the time of this recording, or at the time of watching this, I may be out, but black tourmaline is one that I keep stocked constantly. Additionally, if there's the crystal toolkit that has black tourmaline in it, as well as the protection package, which the protection package includes black tourmaline, some smut, some sage, some protection scrub and protection spray. So you can always check those things out as well. If you're interested in healing, any kind of Reiki, crystal healing, just check out yournaturalhealer.com/services. There are so many different packages that I order or offer combinations of things. And there's more than just that. There's tarot and oracle readings. There's combinations of Reiki and oracle readings. There's birth chart analysis reports, numerology reports, and then all kinds of astrological reports. So check that out. And then finally, if you're interested in learning more about spirituality, or you want to become a certified master chakra healer, or get certified in Reiki, you can go to lotuscenter.online, or you can go straight to yournaturalhealer.com. Under the other tab, it'll say the Lotus Center. Click on that, and that'll take you to an external website. Check that out if you'd like to take some courses. There are free courses on there as well. There are courses on there as well that aren't necessarily part of a certification program. All right, I promise I'm going to be quiet now. So again, thank you for joining me in this episode, and I hope you learned something, and I hope that you can love Black Tourmaline as much as I do. So with that being said, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.